Hi Aquarius, and welcome to the Quiet Moon Oracle. My name is Bobby and this is your February mid-tower reading where we're going to be taking a look at the overall energy of the month, what's left of it, what you're being guided to release as we move out of this previous week, and also what's unfolding as the month continues. So this reading is meant to highlight themes, patterns, guidance for your sign. Again, this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So let's go ahead and see what January, February has in store for you. Well, as I quickly pull out some cards here, I did pre-shuffle these ahead of time while I was meditating to your energy. So we're just going to ask for 5 cards here. And basically, we're just going to do core theme for the month, what needs to be released, what you need to embrace, any external influences, and then a general outcome. Okay, perfect. So let's just go ahead. We can get 5 cards here to be able to provide Aquarius a message in regards to their month of February, what their core themes are, what they need to release, what energies they need to embrace, thank you, and what external influences are affecting the energies. Just one more, and then the outcome we'll pull out later. Just do one more card. Thank you very much. I think this is how it came out. Well, this is the way that it's telling me to arrange it here. Okay. And actually, I'm being guided to just pull out the outcome for February, where the remainder of February is leading you. Let's just go ahead and pull that. Thank you. And I'll set that here. Actually, I'm gonna set it up here. Yeah, so Aquarius, I don't know. I feel like your energies are a little bit all over the place, kind of like you're feeling like very undecisive, because I'm feeling undecisive of how I want to showcase this layout for you. And it's not like this is a new layout that I'm using here, so I'm not sure what's happening, but we'll get more into it. So I just want to pull one oracle card that's gonna go with the outcome here. Just one more, or I should say one. But we're gonna pull it out for you. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start. So the dominant energy for February, what you have is the Empress, and the Empress is in reverse, right? So I feel like, as I mentioned before, that I feel kind of like the energy is a little bit all over the place, that you're not sure where to go, what to do, how to maneuver, and this is the exact energy that I'm getting. I'm getting like there's some type of creative block here, and that you're just like lacking the concentration, right? That you're very indecisive and you can't figure out something, and this may be leading you to have some anxiety spikes, or just you feeling inadequate at the time, right? And again, feeling like there's a block that you just can't get over. And that's the energy that I feel that you have been encompassing for the majority of February. But let's go ahead and just really look at like what we need to release, so that we can also just release all this type of energy here. And with that, we have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups, we're being reminded to release those, excuse me, that we need to release the energies of like, sorry, I'm trying to see what's coming in because I'm getting 2 different things that don't really go hand in hand with each other. Okay. So what I am receiving here is that with this blockage that we had over here, I feel like because you've been all over the place, you may be feeling like that you're you're a bit like selfish, right? That you can't really help anyone else, or you can't really think straight. So this is creating a blockage for you. And with the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Cups is all about having compassion and able to balance your emotions, right? And to allow yourself to heal in the process of it, but also be emotionally stable so that you're able to kind of be this yin and yang balance to other individuals to look at you, because this is like a very motherly figure. So that's what the energies is telling you to release, that you need to release this energy of just kind of feeling that you're stuck or you can't get through through the lack of concentration. When you kind of allow yourself to have moments to just unwind and to just kind of release yourself from those thought patterns, this is where the balance could start kicking in, when you start having a little bit more compassion for yourself but also for others. But I really think that the compassion comes with you. I think that there's because there's no real clarity here, and you're juggling too many things and you're all over the place. You're allowing your mind and your emotions to kind of take over, and more, I feel like your emotions are the ones that are more alert, because it does trigger the anxiety. So it's like your nerve system is working over time here. So you need to release that energy and balance it so that you can come down to a more stable and grounded balance. I know that took me a little bit to get there, but the messages were not coming clear. I could have pulled a card to clarify, but I knew that it would come to me. And then what are the energies that you need to embrace? And look, we have more another cards of cups here, right? We have the Queen of Cups, and now you have the King of Cups. And this, again, it's about like having that emotional balance, being the bad bitch that you are, being the boss, being the queen, and having the control. So that's the energy that you need to allow to support your success for this month, so that you can be fully aligned, right? Be the leader that you know that you are. Pull the wisdom that you know that you have, the skill sets that you've built together. That's the energy that I'm receiving here. And then if we're looking to see like exactly where this confusion lies on, I think where it comes down to is obviously it's external influences, right? And but I think it's like I think it's both. I think that one, I feel like if it comes down to money, I think that you may be over sharing or giving too much of your resources or your income to individuals, and I think this is what's causing the stresses for you. That you are giving a little bit too much of yourself, right? And this could also just be, if it's not monetary finances, then this is just also just a way that you are giving too much of like your time. And because you're giving too much of your time, then this is where you're creating blocks, because you're not able to really hone in for yourself, like what you're not really focusing on, like how you can grow individually for yourself, because you're handing out to everyone. And then we're just being reminded again that there needs to be this balance of giving and sharing, because there's nothing wrong with being able to give, even monetarily, or just being able to provide with your skill sets and the way that you work, correct? But I think it's just the balance. We need to focus on the balance. And then when I pulled out your card for the outcome for February, where February is leading, look, we got the Chariot. And to me, again, I just find it very interesting, because we already have the Queen of Cups, which is water sign. We have the Kings of Cups, which is a water sign. And then we get the Chariot, which is also a water sign, which is actually for Cancer. So with the Chariot is always in movement, right? There's always progress in mind. So it's like you get an idea and then you just go for it, and you just dart to the finish line, in that sense. Kind of like, you're not afraid to go ahead and think of something, and then take action on it. You don't hold back. You're not afraid to it. You know, you're guided by your intuition, and when you receive these intuitive thoughts and ideas, then you go ahead and use that as your willpower and your courage to move forward, right? And at the same time with that, because we know that cancers are a crab, right? And then cancers kind of tend to go into their shells when they feel like they've been either hurt or they have been misunderstood. They tend to go back into the shell so that they can be in a safe spot, right? Because what's tough on them is their shell, right? And I know that I keep saying their shell because I know they're a crab, but how I'm perceiving it is as like a hermit crab, where they can just go and retrieve into their shell, and this is the energy that I'm getting. So I feel like for the remaining of February, you're going to just act like the crab or the hermit crab, and then you're just gonna kind of like, you're gonna put yourself out there, but not completely. You're still gonna stay within, because when you do that, you're protecting yourself. And then we got the oracle card, and we got no place like home, and that's where a Cancer generally feels comfortable in their own home, because no one can come and bother them, right? And then, as I was saying, talking about the hermit crab and the shell, look, if you can see here, there's a spiral that reminds me of the shell of a hermit. So Aquarius, this is where I see that you are feeling. I do want to quickly look, because when I put the deck down, I normally put the deck down facing forward, but for whatever reason I didn't, and I got the card that says chop wood. And I kind of want to read this message, because I feel like this is a indicator or message that wants to come up, and I don't know exactly which this one is. So I'm gonna just pull it out really quick here, and I'm gonna read it to you, and we'll see what we're being guided to. Okay, so it says, there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness, so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is forerunner of delight in the beautiful blooms when it's in the full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energies to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever close to what you seek. So Aquarius, this overall is just telling me that you need to really focus on being grounded in your everyday experiences. And I feel that in doing so, again, this is why you're channeling this Cancerian energy here, because you need to be grounded. And the Cancers feel most grounded when they're at home, when they're they're in their safe spots. And with the description of this is telling you, like, you know, you have to let things happen naturally, allow it to flow as you pull the twigs to dry up in order for you to make a broom. It's all a process. It's all a matter of waiting and allowing the universe to come in and to literally sweep you in the direction that you need. Okay, so Aquarius, I hope this reading resonated with you. As always, thank you so much for being here. And if you enjoyed the reading, please consider liking and subscribing, as that really helps the channel grow. And of course, it helps by bringing in all the collective energy. So again, please go ahead and sound off in the message section. I want to know if this message resonated with you and how you are hoping to work with the energies. Thank you.